To think that prehistoric animals walked the same grounds that we stand on today is incredible, perhaps even magical. But paleontologists say you better believe it's true. They've spent some time digging up an animal so special you'd only be able to see it come to life in the movies. More than 100 miles away from El Paso, smack dab in the middle of a New Mexican desert, lies a great big body of water, sandy beaches, and miles of trails. A place where friends and families come to play and children spend their summer days. But we're here on a journey of a different kind to see a treasure so valuable, so rare, and so ancient, it's like striking gold.
So they discovered an ancient mastodon, fossil mastodon, which is an elephant relative. We're looking at something that's 3 million years old here, so it's a different kind of a mastodon, and the name stegomastodon is the scientific name.
If it weren't for a group of friends celebrating a bachelor party at the butte, the bones may have never been discovered. Antonio Gradias and his pals were helping a man who got his truck buried in the sand when, much to their surprise, they stumbled upon the skull of a stegomastodon.
As we're coming back down the shore, I see something in the ground.
I think it's pretty crazy considering when they built the dam, they never discovered anything like that. So the fact that they dug it up now and that it was just a bunch of kids out having fun is pretty awesome. I think it's very cool.
Paleontologists say the bones have likely been underwater for centuries, just now exposed as the lake dries up.
It's very exciting because we do find fragments of fossils, and they're known to occur up and down the Rio Grande, but something this complete makes it a very important scientific discovery.
Security now surrounds the site 24/7, and until the excavation's complete, the public is being kept away. Paleontologists hope to find more prehistoric bones in the area.
To have a find like this is extraordinary. It's wonderful, especially it's right in our backyard.
Making the search all the more alluring. Paleontologists should have this fossil dug up by the end of today. It'll take about 3 to 4 months to clean it up, and that's when they'll put it on display at a museum. Reporting from Elephant Butte, Anusha Rasta, News Channel 9.
They're going to get sprayed. 10 jumping jacks. As soon as they get sprayed, they're going to do 10 jumping jacks. They're going to open their eyes, and I'm going to have to hold up a number of fingers, and they're going to have to identify how many fingers I'm going at.
3.
There you go. OC.
As all of our volunteers and staff members, as we do carry pepper spray, it's important for us to be able to understand the effects of pepper spray. Class 1 certification, Class 1 is direct contact, so that's where it's sprayed directly into our eyes. That's the best method for training.
They're going to go to another station where one of my colleagues will try to grapple with them a little bit, and they're going to fight them off. Nothing too intense, and then they're going to go down to a station and do object identification.
There you go. Under eyeball.
And they'll go across the street for decontamination.
Whenever alcohol is involved, of course, emotional reactions of events for that evening or the way that they would react to certain scenarios, of course, is above and beyond what would typically happen. And as we interact with them, there's a little bit of an overflow that is taken out on our volunteers or staff. Having pepper spray enables us to be able to protect ourselves. It's a little bit difficult to not be nervous, especially when you really don't know what to expect.
Blink your eyes.
You really don't notice it too much until you try opening your eyes. Once you try opening your eyes and the OC spray starts to seep in, it's excruciatingly painful, especially if you're not expecting it.
Open your eyes. All right. Nice.
I definitely think it's going to make people a little bit more aware of what OC actually does, the way that it impacts anybody that is sprayed with it, and therefore they'll be a little bit more cautious and diligent when using it.
Good job.
For the past 21 years in El Paso during the Christmas holiday, hundreds of community volunteers come together with members of El Paso's Centro de Salud Familia La Fe to prepare for an annual holiday tradition in the city. It's a time when scenic drive in El Paso becomes even more scenic when it is lined with thousands of luminarias.
To me, as a member of La Fe, it's our way of saying thank you to the community for their support, for their understanding, and for helping our people.
The day starts early when Jorge and the rest of the volunteers begin to put sand in thousands of small brown paper bags and place the candle inside to create the luminarias.
There you go.
They also build a nativity scene for all El Pasoans to enjoy. And after several hours of hard work, this is the result. El Paso's scenic drive comes to life.
There's something beautiful about the dark night sky and 4,000 glowing lights guiding your way. You can't ask for more than that.
Luminarias first appeared around the 16th century as a Spanish tradition of lighting bonfires along the roads and churchyards to guide people to midnight mass on the final night of Las Posadas. The Night of Las Posadas is a reenactment of the story of Mary and Joseph's search for lodging in Bethlehem. And as you can see, borderland residents come out in full force to enjoy the sights and the sounds as they make their way across Scenic Drive. In exchange, organizers with LaFay ask residents to donate canned goods. That food is then put into holiday gift baskets and distributed to families in need. So for everyone involved, from the volunteers to the families who take time each Christmas holiday to slowly drive along Scenic Drive for the annual Luminaria lighting, it's a night when they can make a difference.
This is what fills your heart, this is what gets it going, and this is what reminds you what Christmas is really all about and should be about.
So it's a great way to share good health, good spirit, and the spirit of giving.
Noreen Jaramillo, News Channel 9.
We're marching for the Global Marijuana March. You know, it started back in 1999. We're joining with people around the world to march for cannabis, you know, for the legalization. You know what, this is our first year and I think it's great. We even got people driving by going crazy. You know, it's a big thing and this shows a lot of support for El Paso.
We're starting and we're getting the movement going, so any turnout is an awesome turnout.
The crowd out here is full of energy. They're representing El Paso, Texas, and this is a global thing. We're not criminals, we're normal people, we represent everybody.
I'm proud to be a part of this, and so is my daughter. My other kids are a little bit younger, so they didn't quite understand, but if they could, they would, and she understands and she loves it, so it's great that there's so many people out here doing this.
Free the league! Our voice has to be heard, and our time is now.
I think everybody that came out here makes a difference.
We picked it specifically for the centennial, so, right. But it's a show I've been wanting to do for 28 years. I was waiting all year. I've been waiting all year to do this show. I mean, I couldn't wait to start rehearsals. I couldn't wait to get the show open.
I wouldn't call him a villain because he is doing what he thinks is right. This is his ideal. He is fighting for what he thinks is just. I've wanted to play this particular role since I first saw it on Broadway over 20 years ago.
She still is seen as a virtuous character, and she's still seen in the right. She's kind of an empowered female role, even though she, you know, has a tragic ending to her story. I've always dreamt of playing a role like this, always.
This is not your fluffy, you know, tap dancing, sparkly musical. It is a beloved musical, and it is something that everyone should get a ticket to come see.
And we have to do it justice. It's a beautifully written show with beautiful lyrics, and so we do have to, you know, keep that standard high for ourselves.